Well, the good news is that if we're not colonizing, we actually have some money and we can pay off our corruption.
Okay.
At this rate, it's going to take us about a little bit under a year. Get rid of that last little bit of corruption, and then we'll be doing there. All right. It's like Castile's heir.
No.
His ruler just died, and so...
I know, our royal marriage has ended.
If you want to re-up that, you can, but you don't have to. Do you want to...
Yeah, so it says that the reports... okay, so his new administration has 3 diplomacy, 3 military. Administration, 3 diplomacy, 3 military, 3. So he's 3s across the board.
Yep, that's his ruler. Amazing.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get married.
So, just between me and chat, since you were getting your fried rice, there's a mechanic in the game that allows you to get a personal union with other countries, and England had no heir, and then he had a baby get born, Philip York. He's 0. England just kicked the bucket. He's dead now, and there's a regency for him. He's 0. And the Queen Regent is a 546. Better than what we have, better than what most countries get. The frickin' regency is better than most countries. And what's stupid and makes me salty is that had this happened like 3 or 4 months ago, or 6 months ago, we could have had our dynasty on their throne. So that's just bad luck. But same thing happened with England. If you want to keep that relationship going, you should probably do a new royal marriage with them as well.
Yeah, I think we should keep the relationship going.
Cool. All right, let's get in bed with them.
It's proved fruitful, so.
Okay, and then Castile as well. Castile has no heir, which is the exact same thing. If the current ruler of Castile dies, we might end up with our dynasty on their throne.
You know.
Yep. So right.
Yes, I know I should play Crusader Kings to chat. I'm well aware that it would be very cool, and there's things like throwing babies off of balconies. Ain't that right? I
recall. Yeah, that you should be allowed to. I don't think you can actually. I think that it seems reasonable though. All right, our explorers exploring. Our explorer is exploring.
Nobles
Good.
Demand old rights. Nobility during this period is still recall the days when the king was just the first among many nobles. The nobility want to return to these days and would frequently pressure the king to regain certain lost rights and privileges. Accept demands, lose 25 government reform progress, nobility estate gains 10 loyalty, or we lose 1 stability. So I guess we should accept the demands because I know losing 1 stability would be real bad.
There you go. We want to go back to this topic from earlier. Remember how we want to accept the Moroccan people?
Yeah.
You've sort of forgotten about them again. I know they're, this whole culture of people, and you should probably be aware they exist, but you keep forgetting.
Oops.
The rebel factions are at 80% progress. At this pace, the next revolt will be in 1.2 years. So you want to go to the second tab, government.
Okay.
And accept them as a people. Just accept them. Or, Chad is right, if you really wanted to, you could wait until we find South America.
Oops.
And we could just...
I accepted them.
Oh, that's fine. We'll find some other people to ship off to South America.
Oh my god.
People who believe in other things. Alright, so that's going to help out a lot with unrest. Also, let's make sure we're suppressing rebels.
Guys, I'm too soft-hearted. Like, I don't know. I've grown very soft in my times playing strategy games. My thirst for blood has not been as active, I guess.
And look at that. So with your acceptance of the Moroccan people, just by saying, I accept you, now the rebels are ticking down, and they're going to go from 70% down to 0% at a rate of 10% every month. And we have no issues with rebels, which is nice.
Do you want to know a fun EU4 LAN Party fact?
Yeah.
We had to cut... So you know how there's like 1 billion different countries in the game, right?
1 billion, definitely.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like 1 billion. So we had to print out every flag and every version of every flag from the game because we didn't know what the players were going to want to be or what they were going to choose, how they were going to play. So we had to have everything available. So we spent about 5 hours printing and cutting out every single flag of the game.
That's a lot of flags.
It was a lot of work. That was like probably the least fun part of doing that event. I was just sitting there cutting flags. And so like every time somebody created a new country, we had them all sorted on this table and we had to like keep digging through them. And by like the third day, it was just like this mess. So every time somebody was like, we want a new country, we're like, we had to like go through and search for it. It was terrible.
And did you do that before we all arrived, before you even knew much about what was going on?
Yeah, we did that before you guys. We did that like the day you guys were arriving. So we did it early that morning around like 8 a.m. But the thing is that we had to have everybody kind of sorted by the time you guys did arrive because you'd all be giving us your nations that you wanted to play. So we had to be ready for that. So when there was a point, I know the chat doesn't know, but like there was a point where we actually called out the nations and people came up to us and I would give them their flag in like a little picture frame. So we were like cutting it right to the edge. Like we ate dinner, ran to the back room and like we're framing the photos as they were being called and like having to hand them out. That was a rush. That was really funny. And it was really interesting because like we realized that we maybe like overdid it with all the flags because there was like at least 100 to 150 that like were never touched.
Another historical event happened. The Duke of Burgundy has died. There's a country up here called Burgundy, and historically, he died in battle. The great Duke Charles I and his closest followers have tragically been killed. In an effort to win the current war, the Duke personally led his troops into battle, valiantly charging his enemies. His naked and disfigured body was later found in a ditch, his head having been cleft in two. The death of the last de Burgundy, whatever how you say that, Duke of Burgundy, has plunged the country into internal turmoil and left it vulnerable to intervention from powerful neighbors. So Austria, the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, has stepped in and has taken all of this land, basically automatically inherited all of that land. So that's cool. Our truce with Morocco is up in 7 years. We could definitely go to war with Tunis, though. Oh,
yes, we can go to war with Tunis if we want to.
Hey, this is fun. So Castile has just rivaled England. Our ally has just rivaled our longtime ally.
Yeah. Also,
Sorry,
Austria has now become a great power.
So.
Oh no! What is this? This is bad. No, we can't have two of our allies fight.
Yeah, if one of them were to attack the other, we would get a defensive call to protect the other one. So it could be bad. Basically, we need to decide how likely is it that they'll actually fight each other, and if they were, which one would we want to be on? Which side do we want to be on?
I think we should remain on Castile's side. I think it's important that we stay honorable.
You're just afraid Castile's going to murder us if you don't.
I mean, maybe that too.
I think you're sucking up to Castile. You're scared. It's understandable.
What am I eating? I'm eating fried rice.
Have you taken a look at the map lately?
Yeah.
You see anything new over here? We found islands!
Ooh, we found the Bahamas! Yes, Turks and Caicos. I've been there once. I've been to both Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. It's lovely.
Unfortunately, it may or may not actually be within colonial range, so we might have to settle for something in South America instead.
Ooh, I think that's Florida! Yeah, it is! Land on Florida! There's crocodiles there.
Yeah. We all have pet crocodiles here. You didn't know that? What is this green thing over here? There's people here. Weird. I wonder if we can exploit them. I mean, meet them.
Oh my god. Listen, the Aztecs were pretty, like, the Mayans, the Inca Aztecs, like, they were pretty dope, though, just, like, straight up. I loved reading and learning about them as a kid. Thought they were really cool.
There's a pretty major war happening right now. The Ottomans have decided to attack the country of Genoa because they want Chios, which is right over here near the center of the Ottoman Empire. Unfortunately, Genoa is a prince in the Holy Roman Empire. His capital is in the province of Genoa. And so the emperor has stepped in and is fighting against the Ottomans. Interestingly, Austria has rivaled the Ottomans, and they've rivaled France. So Austria, the emperor, hates France. But France allied Genoa. So they are working together, despite their mutual hatred of each other, to kill the Turks. So you've got two rivals actually on the same side of a war against the Turks.
That's impressive. I'm impressed. Good job, guys. Work together.
Tunis is also involved in this war, which means this could be a good time for us to go and attack Tunis. If their army's off fighting the French, for example, it's not defending their homeland.
So you're saying we should strike them while they're weak?
Usually that's the best strategy, yeah. Don't wait till they're strong.
Fine, we'll sucker punch them.
Yeah, sucker punches. Good.
Can I ask you, so is the Ottomans as the AI, are they normally pretty aggressive?
Yes, they're very strong. They are usually the end boss for a lot of people. Some people have a really hard time beating them. Same thing with France. France and Ottomans are almost always... It doesn't matter if you try to play friendly with them, eventually they rival you and they...
Yeah. No, it's the same thing in Civilization. That's how, like, you can be friendly with them and they'll be friendly with you for, like, a really long time, and then, they'll betray you because either they want your land or they want your resources or they're pissed off that you stole a wonder from them. It doesn't matter on the difficulty level. They'll always betray you.
Yeah. I'm not really a fan of mechanics like that, but theoretically, if you get enough trust built up with your nation, with your AI nation, you can prevent them from rivaling you, but it's not guaranteed. And if you don't have 100 trust, then what happens is...
I think that's pretty cool because, like, unfortunately in Civ, it's so, like, it doesn't really matter. It's like, as long as there's a queue for it, meaning, like, as long as there is something that they could envy you for, or as long as, like, a certain time passes, even though you guys have been best friends forever, you've had declarations of friendship, you've helped each other out in wars, they'll just straight up backstab you at any point and then try and take you down. And depending on the difficulty level, that'll be easy or a little bit more difficult depending on how much AI is cheating. But, yeah. Sucks. In EU4, your allies did not backstab you, you backstab them. Wow.
Oh. So this is awful for Austria. Austria's caught in this war defending Genoa against the Ottomans. And then Bohemia attacked Hungary, and Austria defended Hungary. They're trying to help out. But just a moment ago, Wallachia decided to pile on, and now Wallachia attacked Hungary. Austria declined that call, so they've lost their alliance. Austria's capital is occupied by Bohemia while he's trying to fight the Turks. Like,
God damn.
And he's trying to administrate his new lands that he just got from Burgundy. Like, it's a rough time for Austria. Right, so,
yes, you're right.
Were we...
Civ 4 was the only Civ game with permanent allies, yeah. Yeah, the diplomacy AI in Civ has always been really clunky. There's been a lot of mods that have made it better, and there's been a lot of mods that have, like, especially in Civ 5, that actually give you reason as to why they don't like you, because in a lot of the Civ games, it's just kind of like, they don't like you, fam. And you just kind of have to deal with that, but I've downloaded a lot of mods that tell you at least why, how close are you to, like betrayal or something like that, like these meters and stuff like that. And that helps, and like other balances help, but clearly, like, yes, EU4 is more advanced in the fact that it's like, it's also not as, I don't feel like it's as predictable. Like, you always know that as soon as your economy gets good or you have a resource, like, America's always going to betray you. Like, no matter what, bar none, always going to betray you. Or like the Ottomans, always going to betray you after you befriend them for at least, like, 1,000 years. Like, it always happens. But I like that this has a little bit more variation to it. I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I've shared those mods too. Hey, how would you like to form the European Hugbox? How did you feel about the Asian Hugbox?
No, Hugboxes were lame and bad, and I remember everybody making fun of the Hugboxes. Yeah,
but we're just playing against the AI, so it's up to you. But here's an idea.
True. I don't mind a Hugbox with the AI.
So the issue is, our ally Castile, who you seem quite fond of, has decided that they don't like England, and eventually that's going to become a problem, because Castile's going to colonize, England's going to colonize, their colonies will fight, and eventually we're going to have to pick. Fortunately, Castile and France are allies. They like each other, and guess who also kind of likes us?
France?
Yeah, all that sucking up you've been doing, they like us enough we could actually ally France right now. So
well, I guess that makes our decision for us.
So we could basically take Castile, who has a union over Aragon and Naples, and just make it Portugal, Castile, Aragon, Naples, France. Blah, blah. All of us, all together. So if you want to do that...
People are saying that you don't have any variation, by the way. They say that you always betray the AI.
I always betray them before they can betray me.
Ooh.
Always.
Oof. Big oof.
Well, because what actually happens is, at some point, France, for example, will outgrow their existing rivals. They've rivaled England and Austria. They'll outgrow one of them. They'll have no valid rivals to set except for you. And they always set whoever's available because they want power projection. So they don't care if you've been allies for 100 years. They'll just rival you. So the only way to prevent it is to make sure that you have 100 trust or that you're not their only valid rival and that they're not outgrowing their existing rival. And it's just frustrating. So if you want to become friends with France, I would do it now. Just ally, send them an offer. Let's buddy up.
All right, let's be best friends. We can offer an alliance, right? Or is that going too far?
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, send them an alliance offer. Let's be their buddies.
Where are my diplomats? I thought I had a diplomat in France, or did they die too?
We pulled him back for something. I would right-click on the spy network in Morocco. We got caught. Also, your explorer came home and he's like, hey, I'm done exploring. Okay, I found islands. Do you want me to explore again? Okay, you have to tell him that. He's not smart enough to figure it out.
Okay, wait, hang on. I'm trying to do this diplomat thing.
Does Monk stream? No. Well,
I'm getting pressured.
This is the third time she's been live on Twitch, technically, with me. So yes, she streams, in theory. Not on her own channel and
really
not like consistently.
Streaming. I'm trying to see like how I can make that like. But if I stream, it's probably gonna be stuff like The Sims and like maybe Civilization and like I don't know. I don't know if you like. Would you guys actually want to watch me? Because like, I don't know. You couldn't find the D&D stream. I auto-host it on my channel, actually. It's Devil's Luck Gaming. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Can you throw babies off of balconies in The Sims? I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that.
All right, so if you ally France, basically it's going to cost us the alliance with England.
Let's do it.
But, you know, it's going to cause problems in the future anyway, so yeah. I would just preemptively dissolve the alliance with England and then ally France.
Oops. I just allied France without dissolving the thing.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, either way, yeah, we just got an alert saying England is... Their desire to keep our alliance has negative 11 reasons because they're mad that we're allied to France. So, it's fine. So, the Iberian Hugbox is in place. Look at that disgusting Hugbox. We're all going to band together against the Protestants, the Africans... all the heathens. Oh, interesting. So King Afonso is Midas touched. Even though he's an embezzler, he actually does have plus 10% taxes. Cool.
Do I make my costumes and props for role-playing? If you do, occasionally I do, occasionally I don't. I actually do a lot of the design process. So I work with the seamstress because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't have enough time in my day to actually sit down and sew. So, like, I'll design the dress, I'll make the patterns, I'll buy the fabric, and then I just give it to somebody to actually sew and put together because, I don't have time. I travel far too often. Who are they fighting? Oh, they're drilling. Okay. My king or diplomats have stopped trying to improve relations with France due to reaching the maximum improved relation value. We're gonna maintain that diplomat. We have a new pope.
You probably got the same pop-up again because I said bring him back as you clicked send him back. So.
Oh yeah, I did, and I kept king. I kept
so I resent him again, and now that's why he's a new pop-up because the monthly tick.
Okay.
There's a button down here in the very bottom right corner by the map. It's actually off camera slightly because of my face, but it's the papacy button.
Yeah, I see it.
We're slowly accruing papal influence because we've got cardinals, and the clergy are loyal, and we get a base value. So we have 76 points built up. Anytime you get a pop-up saying that there's a new pope elected, is a good time to come in and just click once here to spend some papal influence to invest towards becoming the next Curia controller. So if the Pope were to die again right now, because you did one click, we have a 33% chance of becoming the next Curia controller because our cardinal will become the Pope, which gives us bonuses. They're all listed right here if you hover over the flag, which we like. Bonuses are good. We can also spend our papal influence on more direct benefit instead of this kind of nebulous, maybe become the Curia controller thing. If you just want direct benefits, we could get more taxes. So for the next 20 years, we could have 15% national tax modifier, which is just money, basically, which is good. We like money. Money's nice.
Money is good. We need money.
We could also get diplomatic reputation. We could do prestige. We could get yearly legitimacy, interest per annum and inflation reduction, mercantilism, manpower recovery, or stability. But stability costs 100 points. Everything else is only 50. I do like the levy church tax. It's one of the better clicks. You want to do the quick math on it? 15%, 8.83 times. So rough math based on our current income, that click is worth 212 ducats.
Wow.
Over the next 20 years.
Nice, nice, nice.
And it's going to scale as we get more and more base income. So now that we're making positive income, we can start to... We've rooted off all of our corruption, and we can start to turn on some of the forts to build up our army tradition over time.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I said you wanted to have 1 fort per 50 development?
Yeah.
We have 198 development, so we need 4 forts. By turning 1 on, if you go to this tooltip here for army tradition,
yep,
fully maintained forts plus 0.25. If we had all of the forts on right now, it would do this. Now we have, well, you gotta wait a month or wait a day. It'll go up to 1 per month, sorry, 1 per year, and that causes us to have, it basically just keeps our tradition up. Having high army tradition gives you morale of armies, better siege ability, and better generals on average over time.
Okay.
So if we can afford it, we want to keep the forts on even though we're at peace. And you should probably start colonizing soon.
Yes. Also, I'm sorry, I'm also looking at the little monk dude. Your missionary is tirelessly working too. Oh, uh-oh, we got plague. Uh-oh. Epidemics in the early modern era were far deadlier than wars and even famine. Disease that with modern medicine are relatively harmless, like smallpox or flu, took a heavy toll whenever they struck. Oh no, especially among infants. We have to do something. Lose 20 ducats. There's nothing we can do. Gain 25% local autonomy in Tetuan. Tetuan gets plague until the 14th of July, giving the following effects. Local goods produced modifier negative 25%.
Do you care about children with the plague?
I mean, I would, yeah, but...
Do what you want to do. You want to roleplay it? You can LARP it up. It's fine.
We have to do something!
If you want the cold, hard math...
No, we have to do something! We have to do something! I can't just let them die!
It's a crappy place, so we don't really care about. They don't believe in the right religion. The nobles are already giving us full force limit from it. A little bit of autonomy there doesn't matter. It's just the plague. Who cares?
Come on!
But, I mean, if you do care about the children and the plague and whatever, that's fine too. Chat. I mean, they can make new babies. They can make new ones.
Wow, you guys are cheeky as hell.
They're just dead babies. What? Stop. Just throw some of them off the balconies. It'll be fine. I'll tell you what. Yeah, just go find all the babies that have all the babies that have the plague. Just find them and throw them over a balcony. It'll be fine. We can save some time.
Oh, stop. That's so bad. Recycle them, guys.